All right, welcome to the City of Troy Board of Park Commissioners meeting for Monday, May 11th. Abby, please call the roll.
Mr. Emmerich?
Here.
Mr. Harrelson?
Here.
Mrs. Anderson?
Here.
All members are present.
First item on the agenda is the approval of our minutes from our April 6th meeting. Is there any additions, deletions, or subtractions to those minutes? Hearing none, I'll make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Minutes approved. Next, we're moving on to our reports, and let's start off with you, Mr. Drake.
Good afternoon. I just want to point out, in your packet, you notice in my report that I had some details listed out about Hurlinger Park. I just want to make sure that I'm clear that that is informational only at this point, very much in the draft phase of going through what improvements could be in store for Hurlinger Park and what that may look like. So we're continuing to work, Tim Davis and some of his team and myself, with the designer to work on what may be able to be put in at Hurlinger.
Yeah, I attended that on Friday, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was very well attended, even though the weather was a little rainy, that kind of stuff. So
Good. Yeah, I'm glad we could have it there. I think that was a good venue for it, for sure.
I almost took a picture because there were so many kids on that playground equipment. I haven't seen that many kids on the playground equipment before, so it's pretty cool. And people were playing pickleball actually in the rain.
Yeah, we've had a lot of inquiries about pickleball at Hurlinger already, so that's really good.
Good.
Yep. Oh, I will add too, Duke Park playground and turf is complete, and the sidewalk just got poured today. So we're in the very final phases of that and anticipate the playground will be open this week.
Okay.
Duke. Yeah.
I think Friday or something like that?
I really probably have Wednesday, I think.
Okay.
Ready. Yeah.
Awesome. We drove by that as well. So
Yeah.
take that look. Any other things for Mr. Drake's report? All right. Mr. Seiler's not here. He has submitted his information outlining concerts, youth hockey schedule beginning, adult summer hockey registration. The Troy Aquatic Park passes are currently for sale, and the swim team registrations began February 28th, and there's almost 200 registered so far for that. Next, we'll go to Mr. Greaser. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Not much to add to the packet I shared. Course is looking good. We're healing well from the aerification process we did. We did do all 18 greens in the putting green this year. Hopefully, the thought there is that puts us in a good spot come July and August if weather gets goofy and hot and dry. Everything's going well though.
The feedback I got is that it bounced back very quickly. I mean, like when I was out there for Friday, it was.
It did. The maintenance guys did a wonderful job with the aerification process. They have brushes that really brush that sand into the turf, and it's healed up well.
Good. How are our monthly meetings been going?
Good.
Has everybody?
Good. With the advisory board?
Yeah. Has anybody else dropped in or anything like that? I had a couple people ask me about it, and I was like, you can go. You can go. It's
yeah, it is open, and hopefully, you can send them online and check out what's going on. But there's been no additional members or public there besides our board itself.
Okay. I'll try to go to one in the next couple of months here.
Good.
So, okay. Any questions for Mr. Greaser? All right. Nothing from the Planning Commission. The next item is we have for new business is a recommending acceptance of an ODNR grant. Is there someone here to speak about that? Is that a Sue or is that a Jeremy thing?
I can touch on that. So this was what Donnie and I had already presented back in December. At that time, we were waiting on the contract to go across Mr. Kerber's desk. He has reviewed that. Mr. Titterington has signed that. Since then, we have had a contract amendment that was added to include paving of the Duke Park entrance. I think at the last meeting or one of the last meetings we had talked about, we weren't sure if a haul road was going to be temporarily built to the south end of Duke Park or if trucks would access through the main entrance of Duke Park. If that were the case, we were extremely worried about the condition of the pavement and those heavy trucks breaking down that pavement. H2 Ohio has ruled that they will completely replace the pavement at the end of the project, so we will get Duke Park paved from the entrance all the way back past our new building. So that's kind of an added caveat, an additional benefit to this project. with the additional, or the benefit that we've already talked about, which is reduced maintenance for Timba, reduced maintenance for the volunteers to take care of that and keep that running, and then the added attraction for the wildlife, waterfowl, the birds, and all those things as well in that area. So we did get that amendment back. Mr. Kerber reviewed that as well, and so that's all in place, and we just needed to bring this back before you all to get official approval or answer any other questions you may have.
So, it's anticipated that construction starts this year.
Yes, so the next phase it would go to the design consultant, which is Sustainable Streams. They would do all the construction and bid documents, and then from there we'd have to go out to bid. In the memo, you can see that my first impression was this was going to be a U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, a grant to them from H2 Ohio. It ended up actually being us as the grantee. So it kind of pushed things out a little bit. We had to get everything across Mr. Kerber's desk. And then, of course, we've got to now go to bid since it's through the city. So that would be next step, yes, design, and then once that goes through council and then the design process, then we select the contractor. And
I'm just trying to think out loud. So basically, interference with current programming that's out there, it's probably going to be a Q4 type construction process. So
yeah.
Maybe football going on out there or anything?
Not even. So yeah, during the week, during business hours, trucks would be going out. I'd say by 4 o'clock they'd be wrapping up for the day and done, and then all the evening activities, soccer, football at that point would be starting, but trucks would already be out of there for the most part at that point. So very, very minimal impact on any sports programming and things going on in the park at that time.
And we've been in communication with whoever is left of Timba so far?
Brian Strom's kind of the head liaison with the volunteer group that's active at Timba. Is very much aware of the process and kind of where we are and what that looks like for them. Really minimal impact. What we call the Prairie Trail would most likely be closed during the digging portion and construction of the wetland, but the remainder of the trail through the woods and the north section should be able to remain open even through construction.
Last question I have, I know I'm just coming at you here. So once they're done with construction, they're going to repave that entranceway all the way back to where you kind of indicated. We've run into in the past with issues as far as that entrance, which we've kind of tried to push out those parking blocks and things like that. I mean, if ever there's a time to widen it, have there been any consideration of that? I know I'm spending money when Patrick's not in the country right now, but I mean, has there been any consideration of that or anything? I mean, if there's a time to redo it or if there's an interest issue.
For sure. To your question, the construction estimate or engineering estimate was based on current width.
Okay.
So that's not to say, maybe if we could write bid specs or have the consultant do that to where that's written in there and we see where bids come back, and if we're within the budget, that I'm not going to say that couldn't happen. That's a very good point, though, that, maybe...
There's a time to do it. I'm just saying, we've run into that congestion thing before, and we push those out.
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head.
I think we can definitely look at that when we go into the design phase, for sure. But I will just say that, for sure, the engineering estimates and kind of within the parameters of the total grant, it was looked at based on current width. Mm-hmm. And that was what was approved in the contract, what's written in the contract amendment that Mr. Kerber reviewed.
Okay, so we'll make, the park board needs to make a positive recommendation. It'll go to city council. After city council decides and they approve it, we have a great presentation from Donnie and everything that he provided previously. Are we going to put that out on the website for people to check out? Or?
I think that would definitely be a good idea.
Okay,
for sure.
Once we get through that process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other questions?
Will the dam removal make it any easier or more difficult for any of this to happen?
Not really. It's kind of separate. I mean, they're interconnected, and that's why it's an attractive project for U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and especially H2 Ohio, with stream quality and the ability to filter floodwater and collect floodwater. But as far as actual construction, either way, neither one, they're pretty much independent as far as construction goes, and won't affect one or the other.
Okay. Any other questions? Hearing none, I'll make a positive recommendation from the Park Board to Troy City Council for the acceptance of the H2O grant agreement between the City of Troy and Ohio Department of Natural Resources. Is that anything else, Abby? We don't need to do that, just makes a positive recommendation. Okay. All right. Anything else on the ODR?
We need a second.
Okay, is there a second on that? All right. All right. Do you want to do a vote? That's what I was asking, if we
Yeah.
need to vote. Okay. I make the motion, here in a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, positive recommendation provided. All right, that's it for our established agenda. Is there anything else to come before the Park Board today? Mayor, anything from the back of the room there? Okay. All right. Hearing none, I'll make a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Meeting adjourned.